So I had an epiphany this week. I have these students who are always eating lunch in my classroom, and they never leave me alone during lunch. And it's happened every year since I started teaching. And at first I never like really cared or thought about it. I thought, oh, I'm a cool teacher. They just want to hang out with me. Mm-hmm. But lately I've been thinking, like, do they not have a life? Like, what are they hanging out with me? Like, I'm not that cool. Like, why are they in my classroom every day? But that's not the epiphany that I had. The epiphany that I had is I was that kid in high school. I ate lunch in my biology teacher's classroom every day. And so I think maybe I
wish these damn kids would leave.
I think I was a nerd that didn't have a life in high school. But that made me want to ask you guys, like, what was your lunch situation? Did you ever eat lunch with your teachers? Did you like hang out with your friends like cool kids should, or was I alone in this?
I definitely had a table in like the lunch area. We had like an inside outside kind of lunch sitting situation. We had a huge freaking school. So my table was this weird eclectic mix of like evangelical Christian kids, super nerds who played like Pokemon at the lunch table, and like weird emo kids. And I fit into all three of those categories in high school. So definitely sat at that table every day. And my high school had bomb lunches. And like to this day, sometimes I miss those taco bowls. They were just so freaking good.
What? Taco bowls? That's
yes,
fancy.
Man. They were so good.
That is fancy. I remember eating like a bowl of rice for lunch, like just plain rice. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, man.
I didn't even question it. What about you, Nicole?
So high school, I ate in the cafeteria. Everyone ate in the cafeteria. I don't know anyone that ate with a teacher. The teachers, we had like monitored lunches, so a bunch of teachers would actually eat in the cafeteria with us, but they'd be like up front, and we would have our own tables just to make sure nothing went wrong at an all-girls Catholic high school. I mean, I don't really know what could go wrong, but never
Things
know.
Getting crazy at lunchtime.
I always brought my own lunch because I was in high school when Michelle Obama decided that we all needed to eat healthy and changed our school lunches. So we had nothing really too good to eat. And
I had big chocolate chip cookies and taco bowls and french fries. I love you, Michelle. I love you. But
oh my God.
My students still complain. They're like, carrot sticks? What is this?
Were the teachers ever like kind of checking out who has the junk food?
Oh, no.
You guys ever get in trouble for
they
like
all sat up front. They definitely talked crap about like their kids and their classes for sure. But
they're passing out a flask under the table.
Right.
Just
like I really wouldn't doubt it. But my school was so small. I graduated with 70 other people. So it was really small. I sat with my friends. We didn't really have like a popular group. Everyone kind of just sat around like, I don't know. We didn't really have cliques in high school, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, my school was kind of similar to that. Because my class was like 98, and everybody knew each other, so there wasn't really like a popular, like there weren't really cliques. We had majors. I went to an art school. So we had the theater majors and the music majors and the visual artists and the dancers. And
so you were all a bunch of weirdos.
We were all weirdos. We were literally everybody that you described. But we had the option of eating in the cafeteria or going off campus. And our school was directly across the street from Fenway Park. So pretty much all the food that was in that area.
That's fun.
We'd get free Red Sox tickets every year that the team would donate.
I would definitely dip at lunchtime and go to a Red Sox game and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I must have got food poisoning at lunch and it hit me so fast.
This happens every day, Nicole. Yeah. What is going on?
If the Red Sox had a day game, then we didn't have any school, or it was like half a day.
So cool.
Wait,
that is so cool.
That happens like a lot.
Well, we had school like September through October. Like our first day was like the end of August. So there were probably like maybe like two or three.
Yeah, but what about like the beginning of
the
the season and like the
They're
springtime?
cool art kids, okay, Nicole? They need their freedom.
They would just go sketch in the stands.
Yo, I'm just jealous. Like, that's awesome. I'm jealous.
It was fun. I love my high school. Shout out to BAA.
That's so cool. Now I wish they would make like a like a high school musical about your high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh man, we would actually do our own musicals. There was one time where like Fame was like famous or whatever. I think it was around the same time, or at least there was a movie that was about an art school. And we were like doing a show, theater kids. I was a theater major, if you couldn't have guessed it. And there was one time like before the show where we were in between shows and we were just like wanting something to eat, but the teachers ordered us pizza. And we were like, shrimp and lobster. So
Oh my God.
And we literally danced through the entire halls talking about give us shrimp and lobster.
Oh, geez.
Oh my gosh.
It was a good time.
Iconic.
The teacher in me is like cringing out of it. Like, oh, get rid of these kids. Ingrateful children. Well, I think it's settled. We need to have a pop culture junkie musical. It'll be set in high school. It'll be like Machine Gun Kelly's extended music video for his album.
Are we all playing ourselves in high school? Because that's going to be cringe, and I love it.
Absolutely. It'll be like the Breakfast Club.
Oh man.
Dibs on the weirdo. I'll be Ali Sheedy's character.
I grew up to be her. Maybe not in high school, but I've evolved.
Coming in hot from the Valley of the Sun.
It's the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Pop Culture Junkie Podcast. We hope you are having a fantastic week, and we are excited to be back with another episode. And before we get into our introductions, just want to say shout out to all of our fans in Egypt. We love you guys.
Yes.
Thanks for holding it down in Cairo and getting us on the charts.
We love you, Egypt.
So this episode is for you, and I'm here, junkie number 1 or 4 or 7, depending on the day. Hayley, I am here. We've got Shauna.
Hi.
And we've got Nicole.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, we've got number 1 in all of our hearts, Junkie Alex.
Stop it. Actually, when you said we have Nicole, I was about to be like, that's me. But
I could be Nicole. I could be Alex for the day.
Let's just all
Let's do that
switch for the
switch.
day. Let's do it. Actually, my story this week is a very Nicole story, so I think I'm channeling you.
Hey.
Hey.
We've just spent so much time together now at this point that we're just starting, our personalities are starting to blend.
We're just
True.
morphing.
We're one and the same. All right. What have you guys been watching this week? I know it's been a busy week news-wise and lots of stuff. Well, let's start with what we've been watching and give some reviews, pop it or drop it. And let's start with Nicole.
I've been watching my bank account drop because I've been spending too much money.
Hey, girl, same.
Relatable.
I've been watching The Masked Singer, which was very interesting last week because I don't know why, but I had a feeling that this person was going to be in it. Spoilers, it was Nick Cannon who was revealed, and he's actually the host of The Masked Singer, but was not
I
the
was just
host.
about to say, isn't he the host?
Yeah, so he actually wasn't hosting this season. It was actually Niecy Nash. And last week, Niecy's like, you know what? It's not going to be America's vote this week. It's going to be my vote on who gets eliminated. And then she chose the Bulldog. He took off his mask. It was Nick Cannon. I'm like, okay, so they had this all set up. She
Yeah,
obviously
they
knew
did.
it was
Yeah.
him. So she could just be there for the amount of time. He was doing his thing for half of the season. And everyone was like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, like, come on. You couldn't guess. Like, it was Nick
Minds are
Cannon.
blown.
Right. That, and then also...
So is he going to go back to being the host?
Yeah, this previous
Okay.
episode that aired this week, he was the hosting.
Just shenanigans. Shenanigans
Nice.
all around.
Yes, but
Crazy.
that's what,
What
I've
a
been
twist.
watching. And Law and Order, SVU, and Organized Crime.
I am loving organized crime. I feel like it's
too.
different and it's like Empire meets Law and Order.
Yes.
I'm really into it.
My dad is even loving it. He goes, I actually enjoyed this one. I'm going to watch it. I'm like, okay, Dad, let's watch it together.
Aw.
I'm sad
You
it's
guys are
only
selling
8
me.
episodes.
Oh my gosh, I know. We're already 2 in. Going to be 3.
I know.
Is it
Hopefully
8
it gets me.
episodes now, then a break, and then maybe like a month or 2 later, the rest of the episodes? Or is it just this one season gets only 8 episodes?
It was supposed to be 13 originally, 13 episodes, and then because of COVID and stuff, the run had to get cut down to 8. But it's just, they just announced like this 8-episode arc. They haven't renewed it for another season, but I think they'd be stupid not to because
Seems to be doing really well.
Yeah, they're getting all their views from it.
Like,
So
I'm going to have to start watching it.
Right.
And what's cool about it is even if you've never seen any Law and Order, like you can pick up with organized crime and all you need to know is Stabler's wife was murdered and he's trying to find who killed her. So
pretty much.
It might be boinking that other lady, which we discussed
and
last
hopefully
week.
Not quite yet.
So there's a storyline with this one? Because I think last week you guys were saying that the episodes don't necessarily matter which order, or?
Yeah. So organized crime, there is a storyline so far with the 2 episodes that have aired. There's been a storyline, but Special Victims Unit, there's really not a storyline, but there kind of is now because the 2 shows intertwine with one another.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying okay, but I've never seen it.
But yes, check out Organized Crime for sure. Like really, it's a really good, it's different than your procedural cop show. I'm super into it too. Shauna, what about you? What have you been watching this week?
So one of my favorite animes, My Hero Academia, came back on air 3 weeks ago. They're released weekly. So my husband and I watched the subtitled version of that one. We only have a couple animes that we like to watch the dub of. Most of the time we like the sub. Yeah. But it's been really good this season so far. I feel like it's really starting to pick up. It's funny, like the first episode of every season is always a recap of like, this is what all the kids' superpowers are. And I'm like, well, we've been watching this for so many seasons. For everybody who's listening doesn't know, My Hero Academia is this society where 80% of society has superpowers or a quirk, they call it, of some sort. So some of them are more inclined to fighting than others, and some are just really random and unnecessary.
Like X-Men.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the one kid can blow stuff up, but the other kid just turns into water. And you're like,
that is completely it. One kid can shoot like tape out of his elbows, but then the other kid has like bazookas for hands. Like, which one's going to be the better hero? But they all go to a high school, as many characters do in these animes. One character, the main character, was born without a quirk, but he's always wanted to be a hero. And the main, like, Superman character of the show is called All Might. He runs into All Might in the streets. He's saved by him, and it turns out that All Might earned his superpower from somebody passing it down to him. He was also born without a quirk. Oh. And he's, like, been looking for somebody to pass his down to, so he passes it to the main character. He gets his quirk. So, yeah, it's just his adventures at his Hero Academia and learning how to be a superhero. But it's really cute. It's really good. And, like, you can tell, like, it's appropriate for kids, but at the same time, there's definitely some like dark things going in there too. So I'd say more teenage age bracket there.
Is this like Hogwarts, but kids can shoot tape out their elbows?
Yes, absolutely. So they put them through all of these fake scenarios where they have to save civilians and they learn how to be superheroes once they graduate high school. But then there's actual villains out in the world who keep attacking the high school. So they have to fight those off.
How many seasons of the show are there?
This is season 5 that just started. There's been 2 feature-length movies that have come out that are canon. But yeah, so that's been my pop-it this week. Really loving that My Hero Academia is back, especially that now that Attack on Titan isn't going to be back until winter, which is killing me because I want to know how it ends so bad. It's like you wait so long for these shows and then they're like, psych, we're going on hiatus.
I hate that. That's like Superman and Lois did that. It's like we drew you in only to disappear.
Maybe it was the pandemic that kept these, characters away from each other, couldn't be taping people up. Risk of COVID.
Yeah, I think for this one, it's just like for a lot of animes, they want them to be able to catch up with the manga. Mm-hmm. Sometimes if an anime hasn't caught up with the manga, like they have to make a bunch of filler episodes and you can always tell when you're watching it because there's always an episode in anime where all the characters go to the beach for some reason. They just are like, let's just put aside all the evil fighting and go to the beach. And you're like, okay, it's a filler episode. That's chill. Let's see all of our favorite characters play volleyball. That's fine.
Oh my gosh.
I've also watched Falcon and Winter Soldier this week. You guys caught up?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All I keep saying is Steve would never. Steve would never.
Steve would never. It is so true. It's really interesting to me how we all hated John Walker straight out the gate, right?
Yeah,
we all did. There's no way he could have done anything to convince us otherwise. And we all knew, if you're familiar with the comics at all and like US Agent as a character, he's very like soldier by the book, like by any means necessary, like you've got to take care of business kind of thing. And so at least going in, like, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to get out of John Walker. That being said, by bringing in his wife and bringing in Lamar and kind of showing a little bit of his story and him talking about kind of some of the guilt that he expressed of what he's done in the military, they did a lot to humanize him. Didn't make you like him, but they did a lot to humanize him. And I think that is what made that scene with the shield. Like when he took the serum, I was like, oh man, how could you? But in the back of my head, I'm like, I can't say that I wouldn't eat. You know what I mean? Like if I was put in that situation and made the new Captain America and everyone's looking at me and I keep getting my ass handed to me.
You have to live up to this expectation of what people have and of someone who came before you that everyone adored. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I love about the MCU. Like the MCU always knows how to humanize their like villains. And whether it's in the movie or whether it's in the shows that we've been watching, including with WandaVision.
Yeah.
That's what makes these moments so painful sometimes, because you're like, not that I was rooting for him, but he's got the shield. So part of you is like, come on, man, don't do that.
We were rooting for you. How dare you?
I did have a question for the episode, though. So in the episode, spoiler for anybody, or, try to keep it as, with minimal details. How does Sam know the Flag Smashers? Like, it seems like they've had a relationship before, but I might have missed it somehow.
I don't think he knows them. I think when he was speaking to her and he's like, I know you, I think it was more, I can relate to your struggle. I understand that you're doing, like, you're trying to fight for your people. Like, I think he was speaking on more poetic terms.
Who's kind of like the leader? I forget their name.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah. Well, she called his sister. So it's like, and they knew each other. So I was like, I don't
think she knew his sister. I think it was the sister's getting a phone call from a stranger, but I think I think that leader knew his sister, or knew who his sister was because she had done some research. Yeah, Carly's her name, that leader. Okay, and I think because if you think about it, I mean, he's the Falcon, so I imagine his info's pretty readily accessible.
He's got an IMDb page or for superhero.com or something, like family members include
Avengers Wiki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but even then, that's another good example of someone who's humanized. I mean, they really they've really done a lot to humanize the Flag Smashers, and man,
just broke my heart when the character that, spoiler again, ends up getting his face smashed in with a shield.
Yeah.
Like, God, 10 minutes before he was talking to Carly and he's like, I used to be a Captain America fan. Yeah. And then just to die at the hands of, quote, Captain America.
God.
Yeah.
I need to make that connection. That's crazy. Right? That's deep.
And she kind of teased him about it. And like, I mean, everybody loved Captain America, even if you're not living in America. Like, I mean, really, the Avengers saved the entire world. But there's so much symbolism behind that shield, and like, does it have a place in society right now, especially when people see America as the world police? And
and he did mention that he felt like Carly was his Captain America. Like, he looked at her like that kind of hero.
Yeah, like, you could be Captain America too if you really like put your mind to it.
Stop at least the way that she inspired him.
Did you guys see the mid-season trailer?
Yes.
That they released that okay, they've got this scene again, spoiler. They've got this scene at the end where it looks like John Walker. It looked like he had two shields, and I might be totally tripping and just seeing things. But he definitely had something in each hand, but he's got the shield in one hand and something else.
Just a gun. He's just straight up to
yeah. He's got an AK. He's just ready to go. But he's looking at Sam and Bucky are looking at him, and John Walker says, "You don't want to do this," and Bucky says, "Yes, we do." And you just can tell it's going to go down.
Yeah, F him up, Buckster.
Oh,
Buckster, we go way back.
it's crazy.
I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left, so that makes me mad. But
Dude, that's depressing.
yeah,
That was fast.
it went by so fast.
And then we'll have Loki soon enough.
Oh,
That's
yes,
true.
yes.
I am very excited for Loki.
And even between that, Black Widow. So
Marvel's keeping us fed. They're keeping us fed.
yes,
Keep it coming.
we are
I'm
blessed.
hungry.
It'll be interesting to see who picks up the shield at the end and who is the new cat. Who do you want it to be? Do you want it to be Sam or Bucky?
I want it to be Sam.
Yeah.
I think that this show is really Sam's journey to feeling like he, quote, earned the shield, because it didn't feel like it was his, or he didn't feel like it was his in the beginning. And I think that now that he's gone through this journey of like seeing all of, these people fighting for their right to live, and whether, the different ways people are going about using super soldier serum and what they're fighting for, I think he's going to be like, all right, I could do this.
Yeah, and actually, I agree with that too, because also he kind of learned that there were other Black Americans in the past that were giving this serum, but were kept on the down low.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we visit that character again too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was very impactful.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Sam's the one that needs to be the new face of the franchise, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important.
Bucky just needs to get laid or something. I don't know.
Bucky can just come move into my house. My he'll be fine with it. It'll work out.
I love it. It's fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be great.
It'll be fine. Okay. So speaking of superheroes that we maybe were rooting for and let us down, Alex, I know you watched Thunder Force this week. Tell us about it. Pop it or drop it.
I'm going to pop it for Melissa McCarthy and drop it for everything else. Melissa McCarthy was funny. Also she was looking good in that movie. She was looking right. I was like, because I was watching it with my partner, and then I was like, yo, babe, if Melissa McCarthy was out here right now, he'd be careful. But,
she's going to be moving to your house. I'll get Sebastian Stan. You get Melissa McCarthy.
We're going to, Nicole already has Thor. That's true. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it lacked storyline. It lacked any sort of character development. There's no reason for me to care.
Oh, that sucks.
That's a bummer.
But other than Melissa McCarthy being funny and sexy.
Such good actresses too. That's such a letdown with
for
Octavia
real.
Spencer, Melissa McCarthy.
Right,
Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
him
him
too.
too.
That
Yeah.
guy. Oh my god, I was so mad. He was just walking around with crab hands. I was like, wow, they were serious about this joke.
The paycheck must have looked good if they all agreed to do it.
Right, absolutely.
Well, it's a Netflix movie, right? I feel like Netflix.
They're hit and miss, man. They really are.
Yeah, they really just throw a lot of money at crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
They've employed Adam Sandler for all of his ridiculous movies.
Hubie Halloween. Stop it, Adam Sandler.
That was so funny. I loved that.
What?
Okay, I thought
fun.
it
That
was
was a fun
funny,
movie.
but I loved that they brought back Julie Bowen. I was really excited because I was like, oh, Happy Gilmore, Julie,
Yes.
they're reunited. But I'm sorry, you cannot believe Julie Bowen's character falling for Hubie Hall.
No, not
That
at all.
happens in so many of those Adam Sandler movies. I'm like, that hot chick is not sleeping with him. Come on.
No way.
He's not even charming. He's just chaotic.
He doesn't even bathe. He's just gym shorts 24/7.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. So actually, I wanted to try something new.
Okay.
Kind of goes along with the pop it or drop it, but thinking about doing some haiku reviews. As I mentioned, I came from art school.
Ooh, yes. All right.
Here's a haiku. McCarthy funny. The rest I can do without. No for Thunder Force.
Dang, snaps.
Wait, snaps.
Thank you.
It was legit.
Thank you. Actually, so another thing I watched, another kind of haiku review I did was for Invincible on Amazon Prime, is it?
Yes,
so.
I want to watch that so bad. I'm obsessed with Stephen Yeun. I love him.
All right, so this is how I feel in haiku form.
Okay, I'm ready.
Too strong for TV, heart racing in every scene. Invincible rocks.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was good.
No, it's dope.
Good.
Invincible is so good. Oh man. And it's like it's gory but you know, it really like plays with like different like family dynamics and just like, you know, this kid going through high school and realizing he has like superpowers and like trying to be a regular teen.
His dad has superpowers too, right?
Yeah, that's where he gets them from. He's from some planet out there, and his dad has like some secret going on, and that just like you just want to like, I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is, and like his wife is like figuring it out. It's crazy. So like you know, we're talking about family dynamics. It's like all these things that these characters are doing in this house. You know, all these secrets they're holding, and you know, it's just I love the show.
You said it's on Amazon?
It's on Amazon Prime, yeah.
I'm gonna have to give it a whirl. I really liked the Harley Quinn cartoon. I never ended up finishing it, but a friend and I were watching it together for a little while, and like it's super funny, super gory, but I kind of like that like over the top gore animation for cartoons.
People, like these heroes are exploding people's heads with their hands.
Yeah.
Oh my
you can
God.
see their guts and eyeballs just like pop out. It's kind of gross.
It caught me off guard because I don't watch animated stuff like hardly ever, like outside of The Simpsons probably, and then whatever like PJ Masks and Paw Patrol that my kids are watching. So
That doesn't get uber violent.
right, yeah, no one's eyes are bulging out of their skulls, you know, like so. But Invincible, I will say, I like the animation style. It reminds me of like old school Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I kind of got that because I also got like Adventures of Jackie Chan vibes. At least from the
That's what it looks like in the trailer to me.
Yeah. So I liked that a lot because some animation style like just immediately turns me off. It's like grating for my eyes, and I'm like, I can't. But I like this animation, and I love the voice acting. Great. You've got J.K. Simmons and Stephen Yeun, like you mentioned. You've got Carrie Payton, who's great in everything he's ever done. But he's an exceptional voice actor, and you've got Zachary Quinto and just tons of people.
Yeah. Mahershala, is that how you pronounce his name?
Mahershala, I think. Yeah.
Well, he came into the last episode that just aired.
He can move into my house. Okay, I'm claiming him for this episode.
We've all got our torrid love affairs squared away, and I'm feeling good about it. I feel like we're in a good place.
This is going to go great for all of our relationships and just lives. I love it.
Hi, I'm Hayley the Brave, teacher and mom by day, cosplayer and pop culture junkie by, well, also by day. I'm obsessed with all things fandom, and I love to talk about it. So join me and some of my friends as we geek out about TV, movies, music, and all the awesome things that make life worth living. Listen to my podcast, 30 Nerdy and Thriving, available now on all major streaming platforms.
I'm going to just hop in and kind of just go with the sad news first. So
let's do it.
I just want to pay respects to DMX. He passed this past weekend. If you've been following the story, he got admitted to a hospital after kind of a heart attack that was caused by what they say it was a drug overdose. So, I also want to take the time to just tell people to, be there for their friends and family that might be going through some, either depression or substance abuse. Because, I feel like we all have that person that we know or have seen that's in our lives that has come victim to, this disease, because it's a disease. People,
oh, for sure,
are reacting to, their circumstances, their life, their environment, whether it's through their relationship or just what's in front of them, and fall victim to this escape, this momentary escape, and then keep wanting it because there's no support. So I just want to let people, encourage people to be there for their families if they see that they, are going through this. And with that, also want to just also give a shout out to Kid Cudi, who on SNL paid tribute to Chris Farley and Kurt Cobain in his SNL performances. I thought that was beautiful. It kind of goes together. Kid Cudi is one of my favorite artists. And, he does a lot of his album, especially the most recent one, Man on the Moon 3, talks about these sort of things, substance abuse and depression, and how to deal with it, and be comfortable with who you are, and still try to do the best that you can, even with all the stuff that's going around. But yeah, those are a couple things that I saw.
No, I totally agree. Everything you said, spot on. And I love Kid Cudi too. And I love anything that smashes gender norms like that. Yeah,
it was so cool. Yeah, so he wore a shirt with Chris Farley's face on it during his first song, and then Tequila Shots was his first song that he performed on SNL, and then wore kind of like this dress similar to one that Kurt Cobain wore.
Long floral dress. Yeah.
It was just kind of the same pattern. The cut, I don't think was the same. I think Kid Cudi's had like a a thinner strap. I don't know what these are called.
Spaghetti strap.
Spaghetti strap. But regardless, people knew what he was doing and who he was tributing. So that was really cool.
I saw that too. I love that he did that tribute to Kurt Cobain because that's I guess it's not something that you would maybe normally expect because it's like cross genres, and it just shows like legends appreciating legends, which is always cool.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, what else was big in the news that stuck out to you this week?
So even though it ended, there still is some news going around about the Bachelor/Bachelorette franchise.
Always drama.
Oh, yeah.
We love to see it.
For sure. So our favorite couple, Claire and Dale, are officially back together.
What?
Yes. Big news. Big news. I know. They made it Instagram official the other day. They posted a picture together. But, I mean, I was kind of skeptical about it. I kind of figured they were back together because a few weeks ago there were already pictures coming out of them together, holding hands, like walking down the beach together and stuff. So I was like, okay, they're probably either working things out, just friends, or they are officially back together. So yes, they are back together. Who knows how it's going to go? Them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts once again, but I give them all the love and congratulations and well wishes. But in other news as well, our man Matt James and our girl Rachel Kirkconnell were in New York together, and some things did go down. So Rachel is the woman who won Matt James's season, who was the most recent season of the Bachelor franchise. They ended up not staying together because there were pictures coming out of her at an antebellum-themed party, and Matt was not comfortable with it for obvious reasons, so he ended the relationship. And then after the final rose, the two sat down together, and Rachel was kind of, not like touchy-feely with him, but she was kind of like rubbing his shoulders and stuff, but he didn't seem uncomfortable by it. He didn't seem like he was moving away or anything, so I guess that's okay, but you could tell she's
down with rubbing things and shoulders and legs. So.
Exactly.
His mom's leg.
Yeah. There you go, yeah.
This is what we do.
Exactly.
Sorry, keep going.
No, you're all good. So they ended up meeting up in New York this previous week, and they talked things over, but Matt told her he does not want to be with her, which crushed Rachel because she thought that they would end up back together, but whatever, everyone deals with things differently. I don't know how he's completely dealing with the situation at hand of what has come out about her. Like I said, everyone deals with things differently. If it's true love, maybe he could find a way to get over it. But obviously it's not. Me personally, I think Matt went on the season to get more Instagram followers and fame because he has been hanging out with a lot more celebrities, getting a lot more brand deals and stuff. And now he's like, I just want to be single, when literally a month ago he was ready for marriage. So
I feel like that's a common thread amongst a lot of these like reality show contestants.
But there's also more drama if you'd like to hear.
Spill the tea, girl.
Okay, spill the
tea. Let's go.
With Matt, he has reportedly been dating a girl, Grace, while he was still talking to Rachel this past month. And Rachel did not know about it until she saw.
But they were just talking, right? Him and Rachel, they weren't like together. They were just like...
Well, I mean... I think they were like talking
quality time.
Yeah, I think they were talking things over. I think Rachel thought that things were progressing. This is all rumors. I don't know how true it is, but I think it's pretty true. So who knows? He's a player.
I'm not down with that. I've been two-timed in my lifetime, and it was not pleasant. So, that sucks.
Yeah, but
hopefully they can figure their crap out.
but I don't see them getting together. I think he's done and over with her with everything that's happened. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And then everybody's watching you.
For sure.
Like, bro, like, really? She just did all this and you still going to get her back? How do you know she actually loves you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. But,
exactly.
I'm sure they will both move on with young, hot, famous likes and Instagram and all the hashtag stuff. I don't know.
I think
they'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they can use their new like Cartier watches to dry their tears or whatever.
There you go.
All right. So speaking of, all eyes on you, everybody watching, all the expectations, I know a lot has gone down with this whole Khloe Kardashian thing. So Shauna, you need to fill us in about all of this like unedited photo drama.
Yes.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
I told you I had a Nicole story.
I love it.
I don't know why I've been so invested in this week. All right. So Khloe Kardashian's assistant accidentally posted a picture or released a picture of Khloe this past week that was completely unedited. I should throw in here, she looks beautiful in this picture. No matter what size anybody is, you're beautiful. I love you all. Khloe Kardashian looks perfectly fine in this picture. She's in a bikini, perfectly flat stomach. She went above and beyond out of her way to try to get this picture taken down. She ended up releasing a statement that was like, I did not approve of this picture going up of me. And I mean, really, in my opinion, she dropped the ball on a chance to really speak to body issues. On one hand, her statement really, she's like, I've been body shamed my whole life. I've always been seen as the quote, fat Kardashian. And, a lot of people have been picking apart my body for years. And, that sucks. And I feel for her for that. And I can totally see that she went through that. But on the other hand, if you look at all of her pictures and things that she posts, they are so edited, above and beyond her waist, her ass, everything. So and then she posted a video of herself taking a jacket off in order to prove this is what I really look like. And that damn video is edited too. It's just so annoying, and it's just the pressure that's on people to look perfect all the time. And then to be like, this is what I really look like, and post more edited content when we can clearly see in that picture that that's what she really looks like. I don't know. You think we're dumb, Khloe? We're not dumb.
I wonder if it's because that's kind of been her life. That's kind of been what's put her out there. She's always been on the screen. I wonder if she has to keep up these expectations that she's pretty much had for over a decade.
Yeah. That's what I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, try to maintain that image.
Yeah, I think that's probably for a lot of how the Kardashians and really just Instagram famous people, you have this perfect ideal image in your head of what you think you look like or the image you want to portray to people. And so you just edit the F out of every picture to look like that. But then I always wonder, okay, eventually people are going to see you in public because you're a human who exists in society.
Maybe that helps her be a human in society. Maybe it's all edited that when people see her in person, they're like, oh, that can't be her.
They don't recognize her.
Yeah, right? That's not Khloe. She doesn't look like herself. Oh, I'm not going to say hi to that woman. That's not Khloe.
I feel like body dysmorphia definitely, plays a role here because she could look at that picture that you're talking about. And I just looked it up. I just looked at the picture and you're exactly right. I'm like, dang, goals.
Yeah, right.
But she may look at that and see something completely different than what we see, and I think that's just so common, not even just for celebrities. I think especially with social media and how prevalent it is now, and how I know even for me, as silly as it sounds, just starting podcasting and doing cosplay and trying to kind of have a little bit of a persona or a presence online, it kind of effed with my head a little bit early on where I was like, oh man, trying to carefully curate my posts and make sure I'm getting those clicks and all this stuff. And it's dude, none of this matters. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, none of it matters.
For sure.
Yeah. You're just even going through that stressed me out just to think about. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
that's your life.
Honestly.
I'll admit
Yeah.
that I am totally entrenched in like Instagram life. I mean, I scroll way more than I should. I have carefully curated hashtags for pictures, you know, like I'm totally about that. But I get what you mean. Like you look at these pictures of people and it just makes you feel like shit, honestly, sometimes. But then I love these accounts sometimes where people are like, this is what I honestly look like. Like this is just me unedited, like people who are honestly willing to just, I don't know, be themselves. And everyone's starting to look the same on Instagram right now too. Now I sound like a total boomer. I sound like such a boomer.
After being locked down and that's like all we see is people on Instagram. Like now we're like, oh no.
Like everybody has the exact same proportions and the same lips and the same noses and like foxy eyes now. Like everyone got the same plastic surgeon in LA this over quarantine.
Yeah.
And and you see like Chrissy Teigen quitting social media or like dropping out of Twitter, like because of that very thing. Like she's like, it's interfering with my family. It's interfering with my mental health. Like I got to bounce out of here. And I don't know.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Jamil, I think I'm saying her name correct. Mm-hmm. I love her on The Good Place. She's amazing.
Oh yeah, I love that
She's a body positive advocate. She's really posted a lot about being against those, you know, tummy teas and diet pills that celebrities like to shill, especially the Kardashians, because we know they didn't get that way taking diarrhea tea. Like, come on, girls. So, and she, like, after Khloe posted that, you know, thing on her social media, like, you know, I've been called out for my body for years. Jamila was like, okay, like that sucks, but how about now you throw diet culture to the side and you promise to not, you know, try to shill pills to your followers anymore? Yeah. What about you just post the way that you look like if you're really so...
So you responded directly to what's her, Khloe?
Yeah, it's been a little, rare, dramatic.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, social media definitely has like messed with my head. Like I'll see all these perfect girls and now I'm like, okay, like I need to start working out, get a flat stomach, eat better. But then I'm like, I don't know. It just sucks. It really does, especially for not like saying that men don't go through it either, but I feel like girls have it a little worse. I mean, like I said, guys go through it too, but women, we just compare ourselves to every other woman we see on social media.
Personally, like I haven't put a picture of myself on my Instagram since I'm looking at it right now.
You're like my husband. No one knows what he looks like.
I don't know. And that's honestly a part of it because I don't always feel comfortable with the way I look. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I just don't. You know, I got pictures of like my family and stuff. Mm-hmm. But even then, I don't really like to share too much of my family. But yeah, you know, it's all this like these expectations that people have in the back of their head that's like created by this culture on social media. Yeah. Of just like having to be perfect.
Societal beauty standards are hard, man.
Mm-hmm. So hard.
Let's keep the mask forever because you can only see my eyes. I'm good.
No one will know what we look like.
Honestly, the mask, I feel like I do feel like a superhero. I feel like I can go in and out of anywhere, not be noticed. Right. I can just blend in. I love it.
Take it off.
I'm always like licking my teeth underneath it, making stupid faces.
You're like, I've got bad breath, but no one else knows.
No one knows I didn't brush my teeth this week. What?
This week?
I mean, the past 30 minutes. It was a long quarantine, okay, Nicole?
Oh, gosh. I think that'd be spewing out of the sides of your mask.
It's like seeping
like green
out the top
smoke,
and
like coming out like in cartoons
like
where something smells bad. Yeah.
Ew.
When he eats the sundae, just Sunday.
Yeah. Like if you thought social media was toxic, check out what's under my mask.
Oh, man.
Oh gosh. I agree though. I think spending time with people in real life is essential. Like getting off of your phone. I've started putting time limits on my apps so I can unplug and, especially on days like when our episodes come out or when my episodes release, I'm like, man, I'm glued to my phone. I'm trying to get those downloads and get those likes. And I'm like, I got to get out and talk to a real human.
Yes. I need to see what an actual unedited face looks like.
Exactly.
Oh God, everyone's hideous. Just kidding.
So let's just say we'll have a pop culture junkie photo shoot, and we'll all be in our swimsuits, and it'll be unedited, and it'll be a special treat for all of our fans in Egypt.
Now we're all horrified.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds great.
That sounds like we're gonna get like, I don't know. That just doesn't sound legal.
Doesn't sound legal.
Just the way you said it, you're like, we'll all
swimsuit
be in our swimsuits. It'll be a treat.
Swimsuit edition.
Okay, but the way you said it, yeah,
It's OnlyFans.
Sports Illustrated.
Our OnlyFans content drops next week. Raw and unedited, super
Joke
dorky.
is on you guys. My swimsuit is one of those swimsuits from like the 50s that covers my whole body.
Mine is not. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
I got the dad bod, and I'd represent that, proudly. I was actually at the pool this past weekend, and I had my gut out and everything. I was using it to float. It worked.
Sunshine on the gut, man. Nothing like it.
Using it to float.
Use it to my advantage.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what, guys? It is almost summer, and I'm counting down the days till the school year ends and I get a summer vacation, and also counting down the days till we get to record in person and see each other in person for realsies.
I am so excited. It's going to be great. I think it's going to happen soon. Everyone keep getting those Fauci ouchies. Let's do it.
Yes.
Almost there. All right, guys. That is our show for this week. I want to thank my fellow junkies for once again visiting and chatting about all the things that no one else in my life wants to talk about. And we want to thank all of our listeners and remind you guys where you can find us on social media. Shauna, where can they find you?
You can find me at Shauna Trinidad on Instagram and on Twitter, ShaunaTrinidad. And I just want to say, no matter what you look like, size, color, shape, height, anything, whatever you like to wear, whatever you like to eat is valid and beautiful and perfect. And we love you all. Filter or no filter.
Amen. Awesome.
Especially you guys.
Nicole, where can they find you?
You could find me on Instagram at Nicole_Eldridge, on Twitter at NAEldridge14. And that's about it.
Awesome. Alex, what about you?
Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Alcasnun. That's ALCASNUN.
Beautiful. And you can find me, Hayley, on Instagram at 30NerdyThriving and on Twitter at 30NerdyPod, and every Monday on the 30 Nerdy and Thriving podcast. Currently on Twitter, I am doing an extensive rundown of all things Benson and Stabler from SVU and Organized Crime. So yeah,
especially
come join
those
me over on
thick
Twitter.
Cheeks.
I was about to say, you got the butts.
It's nothing but just thick ass cheeks.
Dun, dun.
And make sure that you go to popculturejunkie.com to find out where to follow all of our social media. So our Facebook and Instagram is there. And please like, subscribe, download, review.
And review.
Yep. Review. Leave those reviews.
And buy our merch.
Buy our merch.
Buy merch. That's right. We got some dope stuff going on.
Yeah, we do.
You guys can get shirts and mugs and stuff with like our faces on it.
And we have limited edition Friends themed for the month.
Every month we're having limited edition t-shirts, and I'm obsessed because last month was Buffy, so I definitely snagged that. And so did my bestie Jessica. She's been rocking it in San Diego. So.
Yeah, there was a Stranger Things one.
Yeah.
Now it's Friends. Yeah,
Now it's Friends.
We stick with pop culture here at Pop Culture Junkie Podcast.
Who would have thunk it?
And we'll be there for you.
Boo.
I give you snaps.
I try.
On that note.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks again for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.